The Southern Uplands Way is a 213-mile trail from coast to coast across southern Scotland. Join me as I travel through some of the remotest areas of the UK, to little visited hilltops and unspoilt valleys, using wild camps and bothies along the trail in all types of weather. This is my Southern Uplands Way adventure.
Welcome to another day on the Southern Uplands Way. Oh, tell you what, it's a cold one this morning. In fact, as I'm dropping down into the valley, it's getting colder and colder, more and more of a frost on the ground. So I set off this morning. Well, I think it just turned 6 o'clock, so it's pretty dark. The sun's yet to still come up, but what another beautiful morning. Very cold, but yeah, really clear. So I've passed down on some undulating track this morning through a Lord of the Rings forest, and now I'm heading down towards Beattock, where I'm hoping there'll be a shop open and I can get a bit of breakfast. So last night was quite a night in the bothy. It was a great bothy. They even insulated the roof, so it stayed pretty warm. But there ended up, I think, 7 of us in there, and 2 lads had brought a load of logs and stuff, so got a nice fire going. Had a good chat with them, a good crack, so it ended up being a nice evening. But as I said, I wanted to get up really early this morning. Given the way the forecast's looking, this could be my last dry day, so I want to try and get as far as I can. That's the plan.
Today's route started with an easy, pleasant walk through woodland and then rode down to Beattock. A long, steady climb ascended to the summit of Croft Head, followed by a steep descent and climb over Ettrick Head and on a forest trail down to over Forthorpe Bothy. They ended with a long road walk down the Ettrick Water Valley until a short climb was made to the camp.
Here comes the sun. Right, just popped into Beattock. I was hoping to get some food, but there's nowhere there. Nearest place is Moffat, which is 2 miles away. Bit of a detour, so I'll have to make do with what I've got. Just about to pass now underneath the M74 by the looks of it. What's a bit odd is that every time we've talked about going to Scotland up the west coast, come up the M75, you think you're going up the west, but actually it's nearer the east than the west. On the Southern Uplands Way bit it is anyway. It's bizarre. Doesn't seem quite right to me. Anyway, got to make the best of the rest of this day and then heading uphill to Croft Head. Second breakfast time. It's a lovely view behind me up the valley. Had nice this morning, got a few K done this morning. It was quite easy walking and lovely conditions. So yeah, I'm just going to have a few minutes, have my cheese and crackers, and then got a bit of a long climb. Looks like the clouds coming as well, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to lose the sun very soon. So I'm going to make the last of the sunshine as well. Enjoy this sunshine while I can. Okay, this is the top of Gateshaw Rig. and I'm heading to the next stop there, Croft Head, which will be the high point for today. Beautiful rolling upland hills though. This is what I remember of them, lovely. So I say remember them because I did do another mountain marathon in this area, 2-day one, with my friend Toby. On the first day we were actually doing pretty well. I think we were in the top 10 for our class. And it was the first year they'd used these electronic dibbers. And I think it was the second to the last control or something, Toby realised that he'd lost his dibber. So it meant that we had to retire with our tails between our legs. But I can still rib Toby off it, over it now, 20 years later. Right, as I've reached the summit of Croft Head, mist just started to swirl all around me. The wind's picking up a little bit as well. But yeah, I've got a view, which is great. What goes up must go down. Right, let's get down to the Bothy for some lunch. Just look at all the trees down in this forest. That is unbelievable. You see it from here. Like I've just been snapped in half. You've got a pretty steep descent down here. Fortunately there's a few zigzags which are making it easier. This is over 4 Hop Bothy, so I'm just going to stop here for a spot of lunch, I think, and get a brew on. Well, I have to say this is another pretty nice Bothy. Big seating area. Yeah, seems pretty clean. As we've been here last time, looked after it. It's good. Yeah, very good. I've got my brew on. Oh, that was a decent morning, that. I managed to get 27 kilometres done by 1 o'clock. So the early start definitely paid off. I'm not sure I'm going to camp tonight. That's the problem. I've had a look at the map and it's quite a long section of road. Then the path turns off quite steeply uphill. It looks like there might be a sheepfold a little bit further up that valley, so I think that's probably where I'm going to aim for. But that's, yeah, I think that's what I've got in mind. But I'll see if I find something else before then. I'll probably camp up there. I need this coffee to revitalise me a bit, get me pepped up for this afternoon. Oh, I'll tell you what, it was tempting to stay there. Oh dear. I thought about putting a fire on. I could have just had a little nod there all afternoon and then gone to bed tonight in relative comfort. But no, I've a walk to do. Come on, that's what I've come here for. And although it's clouded over, but it's not raining. So at the moment, if it's not raining, I'm going to keep walking as long as I can. Phew, right. After quite a long road walk, we're now off the road. Right, heading to St Marys Loch. I'm finding somewhere to camp. Oh, at last, finally. The tent is pitched in about the best spot I could find. But you know what, it's fine. There's a water source close by. It's fairly sheltered. I'm happy. Oh, a long day that. Ah, food, feed me. Whoever put that water now. I have to be honest and say that the weather forecast that I've had when I've been able to get them not necessarily for the actual day, but for the forthcoming days. For this trip, I've just been all over the place. I think I've had maybe a couple that have been right, but a lot of them, yeah, just changing from day to day. It looks like they've changed again for the next 4 days. Just now, rain and some heavy winds coming in as well. So I think the last 4 days are going to be a bit head down and just get to the finish. I'm probably not going to see an awful lot, but that's the way it is. You've got to take the rough with the smooth. I'm just going to need to remind myself here as well that if I get up in the middle of the night, I'm on the end of a precipitous drop down to the water. So that'd be disastrous, wouldn't it, if I got out for a wee at night and took a tumble down there. Explain that to me. Explain that to Judith when I get home. Whoops, sorry love. I broke my leg going for a wee. Okay, I'm changed and ready for bed. Still haven't quite managed what Dave Goodman does yet though, and bring his pyjamas. Still a stretch too far for me, that. Like maybe nice dry clothes. I was thinking, it's funny, some days, like yesterday, I really struggled. Yesterday, just felt off it all day, felt no energy at all. Even though the weather was nice. And then today, just felt on it today all day. Never felt particularly tired at all. And did a much longer distance than yesterday. Just goes to show you. The old bodies is a funny thing. Or maybe it's my mind. Maybe my mind wasn't right yesterday. Maybe I was a bit more determined today. Who knows? Who knows? Right, I am going to rest though, and maybe have I might have a little bit of music on for a bit of luxury, and then get to sleep as it goes dark, because it was a very early start this morning. Right, fingers crossed it's not too grim in the morning. Right, it's a really damp, grey start this morning, but you know what, it could have been a lot worse. Some heavy showers in the night, but at least I managed to get packed up without it raining. Yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those days today. Unfortunately, the wind is forecast to increase as the day goes on, so it's nice and calm at the moment, but may not stay like that. Right, first up, got a nice bit of a climb. In fact, I've got a couple of climbs, I think, before I drop down to St Marys Loch. The first part of today took me up over Pikestone Rig on a grassy remote path before an easy descent down to St Marys Loch. The walk along the loch was pleasant and easy. Its terminus the beginning of a long steady ascent to the moor of Blakemere. A really nice descent led to Traquair before a final pull-up of the day to a high camp on Minch Moor. Well, I've just dropped down to St Marys Loch and it's absolutely lovely down here in a minute. I'm out the wind, feels quite warm, very pleasant. Left St Marys Loch. That was a lovely 5 kilometre stroll along its shore, fairly flat. Signs of the leaves falling from the trees in early autumn, yeah, lovely. And now, back up into the hills. So, got a couple of hills I think to go over, en route to the little village of Traquair, which I've got good memories of. And let's hope the weather keeps holding out. Signs of a shower over there though, but you know what, I'm not complaining. This is Dryburgh Tower, which is an example apparently of many in this part of the world. They were built really as a safe haven for the local community from the English and the Scottish armies and the border reivers Must be a bit of a troubled time to live in. Anyway. Mist has certainly set in. See it over the tops. Feels very humid as well, although it's cold. It's humid, so hey, carrying that big pack, you still get sweaty, and then get cold, of course, when you stop. Anyway, I've had a spot of lunch. I feel better for that. But it's not raining. Come on, got to keep positive, haven't I? It's not raining. It's just miserly. Yeah, would be nice if the sun was shining, wouldn't it? Could you imagine all the lovely autumnal colours? You know, I'll have to imagine. Just dropped down out of the wind, and the mizzle. It's quite a nice high level route over the top. That I bet in nice weather it's great. Fortunately today wasn't to be. Right down to Traquair. Just look at this beautiful green trail. It's like walking on a carpet. This is the little village of Traquair. I'm sitting on the park bench for 5 minutes before I do the last little leg today. Look at that sign there for the village of Cardrona. At Cardrona there's the best cream tea that I've ever had. If only I had the energy and the time to get to Cardrona, I'd have 5. So this section I'm now on, from Traquair to Melrose, is one that I've done before with Judith. I did it as part of the Scottish National Trail. Southern Uplands Way coincides with it for this section. I remember we both really enjoyed it. We did have great weather. We had an amazing camp right on the top here. Fortunately, I don't think the weather's going to be so kind to me today, but here at the head of sculptures. They're not quite as prominent as they were when I last came. It'll be what, 4 years ago? Yeah, definitely not as clear. Right, as is typical, I just started to play with the idea of maybe doing the whole ridge along here because it was clear and the forecast tomorrow is rubbish. But it's just darkened over again and clouds look quite threatening, so I don't know. What will I do? Oh, I can see on here to brown now, and then the Eildon's right in the very distance. Excellent. Might not see any of that tomorrow. I just met a nice chap at the cheese well where I picked up some water. He's doing the Southern Uplands Way. He's the second person I've seen now doing it. So it was nice to have a bit of a chat with him. Yeah, he's been enjoying it. Oh. But it is a quiet trail and a lot of people out doing it. Right, I'm pitched up and changed into dry clothes. In the end I needed to get the tent down pretty quickly. The clag had properly closed in. It's getting cold as well, windy. I'm not in an ideal spot. I'll show you a quick view out of the tent. I'm not getting out of the tent again. That's it, I'm into now. And I've got a little bit of shelter from these trees here, which is quite nice. There was probably a better actual camp spot 100 yards away, but it was really exposed and the wind was rattling through there, so I've opted for this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I've got some hot food down me and I'm feeling dandy. In fact, here's my soup now. Well, I think you could describe that as a pretty grim night. Just rain, wind. Is what it is. All very wet this morning though, so I'm not going to mess about. quick brew, a little bit of a breakfast, and then we're just going to pile down to Melrose. I think it's about, I don't know, 23 kilometres, something like that. Just not mess about. I don't think I'll be doing much filming. I think the weather's in all day. So yeah, that's the plan. Get up, packed, get moving. Yep, slightly wet dew this morning. Right, let's get down. Gotta get moving. What was it somebody once said to me? 2 positives for every negative. So for the 1st of October, it's not too cold. Second positive, I've got the wind slightly behind me. Negative, it's absolutely pissing it down, I can't see a thing. Oh, maybe that were 2 negatives. Oh well. Gotta think of 2 more positives now, oh crikey. Right, that was the top of Brown now that I've just passed. Bit of a contrast to when me and Judith did it on the Scottish National Trail. It was the most amazing, beautiful, calm evening. We camped right up on the top. But at least I suppose I've seen it when it's nice. I can take that away with me.
The dash to Melrose took me from my camp over Brown How on a high ridge to Three Brethren before a big descent to Yare Bridge over the River Tweed. A short climb over Hog Hill took me to the outskirts of Galashiels and onto the River Tweed, which was followed all the way to Melrose.
These are the Three Brethren, beautifully built cairns. I'll tell you what, you get a fantastic view over the Tweed Valley from here on a nice day. See right over to the Eildons and the Cheviots. Not today though, good old blustery day today. Well, I finally got my hood down. I'm just on the banks of the beautiful River Tweed as it makes its way past Melrose. See, I'm just outside Melrose now. I've got far to go. Melrose is a place that I'd never been to until I did the Scottish National Trail 4 years ago. But I've been lots of times since. It's already got some special memories for me. Earlier this year I brought my mum down, well, just a month before she passed away. Had a really nice time down here. I've also been here with the family doing a race here with the grandkids as well, so yeah, it's a spot that's already very dear to me. Well, you will notice that I am not in my tent. I am in a room in the station house in Melrose. And the reason for that is twofold. First of all, campsite was not open. And secondly, I have heard imminent news of Storm Amy is about to arrive. When I've looked at the mountain weather forecast, they talk about 70 and 80 mile an hour winds. I need 2 days, 2 long days to get from Melrose to the finish, and just I'm not going out. I'm certainly not camping out in 80 mile an hour winds. I think the land shine's good, but it ain't that good. So I'm going to stay put and see if I can see it out, and then hopefully when Storm Amy is past, I shall resume and try and do the last 2 days. Tent up drying. Everything else out drying. Taking over the room with all my kit.
as per usual. So at least that will all get fully dried, and I've washed some stuff as well, so yeah, be ready to go again.